Hello folks and welcome back to another video, and hopefully if I've spelt that correct on the bonnet it should say paint time, which can only mean one thing: it's finally time to get the full respray done on my Vauxhall Nova. It's been such a long time. Obviously it's only been a few months in reality, but the amount of work that's gone into this car and the amount of days it's actually been spent on it, it's been a lot of faff. But finally it is time to actually get some paint onto the car. Now we've done the engine bay, I've done the wheel arches, I've actually painted the door shuts as well. It's just the shell to go, it's just the shell to go. We've painted the bumpers obviously in last week's video, so we're now just pretty much following on for that. But before I even think about painting this thing, we need to get the car loaded up onto my dad's trailer and get it over to my mate Harvey's. So let's go. So during the filming of last week's video, I actually managed to get the two sides sanded down on the car. Now this was one of the biggest jobs of the whole sanding process, because these were the parts of the car that I had actually repaired. So I had to make sure all the shapes are correct, and that only left us with a few big panels to sand once we got to Harvey's. Right, this is a very big moment. The Nova is leaving the driveway. Let's get it on the trailer. Right, here we go. Into first. And we're out. Alright, and the Nova is on the trailer. It's so tiny, I forgot how wee it was actually out on the road. But I'm going to get in the van now and get to Harvey's. And we've arrived at the car. I've just took the straps off, Dad's getting the trailer up, and then we'll get it off and into the booth pretty much. And once we got my car into the booth, the first job we'd done was actually take all the glass out. Now this is a massive job out of the way, and it leaves me fresh and ready for tomorrow morning. Right folks, and it is now Saturday the 3rd of May and the car is in the booth. Now last night we dropped it off and I actually took all the glass out as well. So we've got the windscreen out, the rear window out and the two rear quarter windows. So it is pretty much ready to go. I just need to sand the big panels and then we will be there. But I'm very excited to be painting the car, but I'm also nervous as well. I got like this when I done the Escort as well, but it is what it is. I cannot wait to get on with this. So without further ado, let's get the rest of this car sanded down and then we can start masking it up and get it into paint today. Let's go. And it was straight down to blocking down the primer on the bonnet. So I've got a 320 grit disc on the block here and I'm just keeping it nice and flat so that we smooth down that primer perfectly. And I've also put a guide coat on the primer, so if there's any imperfections then we'll notice them.
In 100 ways, please believe me when I say I'm sorry. There I go making yet another mistake. It's killing me to see that look on your face. I show some remorse, it's my fault, of course. Made a million wrong decisions, I'll probably make some more. But need to know what's the say around your caching. Yeah, sure, and I sure like any biting. But I swear that you're the only one that I see, yeah. 아름다운 머리부터 발끝까지, yeah. This time I'ma do it right. No doubt needs to await done, yeah. 내 맘을 알아줘, no lie. 미안해, 되부지. Baby, I'm sorry for the things that I didn't mean. 정말 미안해, 되부지. Yeah, I'll say it in 100 ways. Please believe me when I say I'm sorry.
And after sanding down the rest of the panels on the car, I then took the car out the booth and gave the booth a good sweep out. I want to try and get the cleanest job possible, and as you can see we're getting quite a lot of dirt off that floor. So we're definitely going to get a better job with that off the floor. And even with the full car just sanded down ready for masking, I can already see the vision in my head of how this car is going to look. I can't wait to paint this thing. And And now after cleaning out the booth, I can clean off the car, so I'm using some fast drying panel wipe here with some lint free cloths, and I'm going to be cleaning the car again once we get the car all masked up, but for masking up you want to give it a good clean as well. I started with masking the front end. This is so that I could paint under the edge of the bonnet and the inner edge of the wings too. This will make it look nice and fresh. And some of you might be wondering what that blue sheeting stuff is that we're using, and that is literally the stuff you put on people's carpets when you're working in their house. It's really cost effective and it works pretty well too. Right, and it is actually time to paint this Nova now. I've got it all masked up. I can't believe it's actually at this stage of the restoration. I'm obviously all suited up. I can't actually believe it. Oh. Very excited but nervous as well, but just need to get on with it. Can't wait, man. Let's get it done. So before I done any painting on the car, I actually wetted the floor in the booth. This keeps any dust down on the floor from flicking up and getting into that paintwork. This is a pretty essential tip to do when you're painting in somewhere that's not got the same extraction as a conventional booth. But with that out the way, I can now clean the car off for the millionth time. This is the last panel wipe that the car is going to get before painting it, so I need to make sure I do it really well. I then put a little bit of aerosol primer over the bare metal areas on the car. These are just little bits that I've rubbed through when I've been sanding the car. They're not a big issue, but as long as they get covered up, they'll be okay. I can then mix up the Carmine red paint for the car. This is just 2K, so it's mixed at a ratio of 2:1, but how good does that look? I can't wait to get it on. Right, here we go. I've got my paint in my gun. There's no turning back now. The paint's mixed. It is time to go. I put a wee bit of aerosol on the bare metals, but it's time. I'm nervous, but I can't wait. Let's do this. So here we go. I'm actually putting some colour onto the Nova now, and with this first coat I'm just dusting a light coat over the primered areas. This is so that when I get onto the heavier coats later down the line, you can't see the primer coming back through. After letting that dust coat dry, I can now go over the full car with the first coat. This is just a light coat, and then I'll build it up with the second and third coat. Right, so that is now 2 coats on the Nova. So obviously I put the wee first light coat on to cover the grey bits and the bare metal and stuff. Well, not bare metal, I went over them with primer, but you know the bits that weren't red. And then now I've just put on the first little sort of dust on coat all over the car. So it's not as shiny as it will be when it's done, but it's definitely getting there. So I'm going to leave that for a couple of minutes. We'll get more paint mixed up, and then it's time for the big coat, the finishing coat. Right, and that is the grip coat touch dry. So it's time to put the big coat on, the big shiny coat. And hopefully it goes on alright. I can't wait. It's already looking pretty good. It's pretty shiny already, but this one will get it nice. I mean, you get a wee look at it sorted on the boot and stuff, but we'll get it coated up now. Let's do it. And now it's time for the big shiny coat over the whole car. Now originally when I was painting this car, I was just going to leave this as the final coat, but I ended up doing one more after this just so there was plenty of paint onto the car. So that was the heavy coat onto the car, and I hope you've enjoyed that little raw clip of me painting. But here's some extra clips from me doing the third and final coat. So I was just doing it even heavier now, just making sure to get as much paint onto the car as possible, because I want to give this a good flatten down and a good polish back up. Right, and that is the third and final coat on the car. I gave it an extra one so that I've got plenty to polish off when it comes to flattening and polishing it. So I'll leave it like that now, let it dry out a bit, and then I'll show you what it's looking like while it's sort of dry. But happy with how that's looking. And folks, I am happy to announce that the third coat went well, and that is the paint pretty much dry. I'm going to leave it overnight obviously, but look at that, man. How amazing does that look? Oh my god, it's actually red. It's no primer, it's no rotten anymore. It's actually red. Look at that, man. It's turned out so nice. So happy with that. What a difference. I took the masking off the bottom half of the car, because it was pretty much dry anyway. I'll obviously leave it tonight, but aye, look at that, man. So yeah, that is the car done. I'm so happy with how it's turned out. Obviously we've got a bit of dirt in the paint because the only sort of extraction in this booth is the little fan at the back. So with the bonnet being at the front, it's got quite a bit of dirt in it. You can't really see it on the camera as well. But aye, so gonna leave it overnight and then pick it up again tomorrow with the trailer. But wow, I'm so happy with that. Can't wait for it to be fully dry. So, aye, we'll leave it the night and then we'll come back for it tomorrow. Right, it's now the next morning, it is Sunday and the paint's dry, it's done. Look at how amazing this looks now. Obviously we've seen it yesterday, but oh, there we go again. Now Britt has took most of the masking off the car, but I'm going to get the rest of it off. I've still got the stuff to take off the engine bay and the door handles and stuff, so let's get the masking off this, and then I need to do the tricky job of trying to get the glass back in the car. Never done that before, but I'll give it a bash. But there we go. Yes! Right, so now all the masking is removed off the car, and the door shuts, the boot, windows, all of that, engine bay as well. Obviously the next job is to get the windows into the car, but if you notice, around the rubber seal there's old red paint, because this had some poor paintwork on it before. I had to deal with the flaky paint around the edges of the windows and stuff, so I had to rub all that back, but there's paint on the seals of the window as well. So what I've been doing is got this sort of blunt Stanley here, and I'm just sort of scraping it off, and it's not damaging the rubber, it's just taking that layer of paint off. So I just need to do that round all of the windows except from the rear window. It didn't have it on the rear window, but the windscreen and the 2 quarter windows need to get this red paint off. I've already done it round here, so I need to do that and then we can get the glass in. And there we have the glass all cleaned up, so I've cleaned the rubber up, no more overspray on that, and I've gave the glass a good wire wheel as well, so that's all ready to go back in. Right, so I've got the glass here, and now I've got a bit of rope around the seal on the window. This is how you're meant to do it anyway. I need to get a bit of WD-40 in around that seal so it slides about, and then we basically have to pull this rope round like that so it seats back into the interior. So here we go. This might take a few tries. Right, so I've got it sort of seated in the bottom. Now, nah, nah, it's not working just yet. And after struggling with the rear quarter glass for quite some time, I started to get the hang of it and I managed to get it in. Right, and I've managed to get the back quarter window in. That's one glass in. That was quite the faff. Like, you have to, even though you've got the rope there, you have to put most of it in with your hand anyway. Or I did with that one, but it's in, it's looking good, and it's not got any overspray on the rubber now as well, so happy with that. And there we go, another rear quarter window in. That's went even better. That one was easier than the last one. Happy with that. I didn't bother filming it because it was quite nippy, but they are what they are. They're in. So now we've now got a glass in the boot, so I'm going to try the boot one, but for the windscreen I will leave that until I've got somebody to help me, because they have a curve on them and they crack pretty easy, so I don't want to be cracking a windscreen for a almost 40-year-old car. So we'll get the boot in now. Just about there with the boot one as well. That should be it in. Yeah. Boot glass is in as well. Wow. So that just leaves a main windscreen now. That's something new end of this car now. I would never have needed to do this before, so happy with that. Really happy with that. Something new end on the car as well now. And there we have it. That is the glass back in the Nova. So we've got the quarter ones, rear window there, quarter one again, and then the windscreen as well. So obviously they need a good clean, but look at them, man. Oh, that rubber is actually sitting a bit weird. I'll get that, but aye, all the windows are now in. Right, so that's about as built up as I'm going to get the car in here. So I'm going to come back in a few hours with my dad, and then we'll get it on the trailer and back home. So aye, see you soon. Right, and we have the trailer. We just need to get the car now. Let's get this down and then we'll get the car loaded up. Right, and that is the Nova all loaded up. I put a wee bit of protective film on the bonnet and that just in case, but we'll get it back home now. And actually seeing this car on the back of the trailer with the fresh coated paint was such a surreal moment. To think what the condition of this car was like before, it is absolutely mental to see it in this state, so I couldn't wait to get it home. And there we have it, the car's back in the drive back home where this whole project started. I mean, months ago this thing was looking absolutely terrible, and even at the start of this week it was looking rubbish, but now it looks totally fresh, and I can't wait to get it back on the road. Now I'm not going to bother filming putting it back together, putting all the bits back on and stuff, because that'll be quite a boring watch. it'll be nice once it's done, but you'll obviously see that soon. But what I did want to do in this video was fit my step down wheels onto this side of the car to see what it looks like with the fresh paint. So I'm going to do that. So let's get two of these step down wheels back on the car just to see what it looks like. Right, wheel is on, let's drop it down. Oh yeah, man. Right, let's get the front one on. We'll drop the front now. Bit abrupt, but... Right, and with the step down wheels back on the car, this is how it's looking. So nice, man. It's a wee bit annoying. I would have liked it a bit lower on the back, but the coilovers are right on the bottom anyway. There's no adjustment left on them. I could go a wee tad lower on the front. They've still got a bit of adjustment that could be done, but that can be done further down the line. But that is looking really nice. I chucked the mirrors on as well, so it's starting to look like a proper car again. Really happy with this. Right folks, it is now Monday, the day after getting the Nova back home, back into the driveway, and only now am I starting to process how far this has actually came along, because this whole weekend I've been flat out like a badger on a motorway, and pretty much Friday we dropped the car off, Saturday straight in early, masking it up, sanding it, painting it and stuff. Then Sunday I was putting all the glass back in, and then we had to get it onto the trailer quick and then get it back home. So only sort of last night and now have I actually been having a look around it, and I'm still blown away with it. It looks absolutely amazing. And this is before it's even been flattened and polished. Now on the other side I've actually started flattening it and it's coming up really nice. I've still yet to polish it up, but I can tell it's going to polish up really nice and be even more a clearer finish than it is just now. You might be able to see I've started the boot as well, but I've still got the big panels like the roof and the bonnet to do, so we've got a lot of work to do, but I'll get there. Now the next time you see the car on the channel, it will be all built up, all polished, brakes will be painted and stuff, calipers and all that. It will pretty much all be done, and it will be the review video of the car, so take a look at it while you can. This will probably be the last time that you see it on the channel before it's completely done. So I've got a lot of work to do, but I'm going to get cracked right on with it. It's more of the satisfying kind of stuff to do now, building it back up and that, just seeing it all sort of come together. And I didn't want to film that because it'll be a bit boring for you to watch. I'll just be getting pure enjoyment from it. But I think it'll be better just to show you once it's all done. We'll take it on a drive hopefully once it's back on the road. But I cannot wait for that. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this part of the series. This is probably the biggest episode to date on the car. I mean, it just looks amazing, man. I'm so blown away. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed the series. It's not over yet, but we're getting towards the end. So thank you very much for watching. Please like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new or you're watching my videos and you're not subscribed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.